take it. Oh, sniffer. Oh boy.
Oh my God. Hello. Hi guys, my name's Amanda, and today we have the 2023 Mazda CX-30. So the CX-30 is a subcompact SUV-ish. It's kind of a crossover. It's kind of like a lifted Mazda 3. It's one of the smaller ones. So if the CX-5 is too big for you, the CX-50 is too big, this one's gonna be a good option. Still has plenty of room in the cargo area. I'll show you that later. And the seats fold down to give you a little extra space, but it's actually more roomy than it looks. So if you're looking for a small SUV that's not too big and is kind of easy to park, the CX-30 is going to be a good option for that. This is the highest trim level that it comes in. I think the 2.5 Turbo Premium Plus. So it's about 37 grand, more expensive than most of the other models. So to start in the front, you can tell it's a Mazda because it's got a Mazda symbol right there. But they haven't changed much on the front and the back end of the CX-30 since it came out in 2020. But it's got cool new headlights. It's got all of this plastic around the front. Some people don't like the plastic, but I think it makes it kind of more livable, and you can clean it off pretty easily. Our test vehicle has cool black wheels, very dirty at this point. Black side view mirrors, more black plastic down here, but it's still got some chrome details on it. And then in the back, it has some cool tail lights. You can tell that it's the Sky Active Turbo. It's got more plastic down here. And this one, since it's one of the higher trim levels, it does have an automatic gate with all of our stuff inside. Works pretty well though. You can see the tail lights, they're nice and circular. So when you turn on the turn signal, only this little part lights up. I'll show you more on the inside of that later. All right, so on the inside here, we have a little baby screen. Mazda has decided to go with this small screen, so it's not touch screen. You have to use this little spinny wheel, which is very reminiscent of like an early 2010s vehicle. It's a little finicky, but it works otherwise. I've been able to connect and listen to my music. It's got real buttons here, some more real buttons and knobs here, which make it easy to change things without having to like search through the menu. There are a lot of ways that you can customize things on this menu, but you have to use this little knobby the whole time, which is kind of interesting. It's got all of the important buttons on the steering wheel here, and then I'll show you what I was talking about with the turn signals, how they kind of fade in and out instead of turning on and off. That matches on the dashboard somehow, so it's kind of cute. It makes a nice little clicky noise. But Mazda included a lot of safety features on here, like more than most subcompact SUVs in the class. So it is an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winner for this year, and I believe it was last year. So that's a good sign. That means that all of the systems worked well together to keep everyone safe in the car. And it also means that it comes with a bunch of standard systems that are included on all of the trim levels. So since this is one of the higher trim levels, it's the Premium Plus, it's gonna have more systems than the base model, but you'll get important stuff like lane keep assist, forward collision warning, blind spot assist, and it'll keep up with all of those things. All right, this is the back seat of the CX-30. It's a little tight. This seat isn't all the way back, but I'm only 5'6", and you know, I have some room. I have a little headroom too, but I'm not sure how comfortable it would be on like a long-term trip or something like that. If you're taller, this seat could definitely go up a little more. And otherwise, there is a third seat in the middle, so it's kind of spacious, but just beware if you have a lot of tall people that you take in the car with you on a regular basis. All right, now we're gonna test the horn. For a little one. Nope, they're all the same. I like the horn, but this one has such a loud horn when you lock it. It's kind of loud. I think that you can change the setting on here, but I feel bad. I feel like I'm waking my neighbor's kids up. Here's the silly key. There's nothing on this side. It's just a Mazda symbol on this side, and then all of the important stuff is right here for some reason. It does have the automatic trunk opener, but listen to how loud this horn is. One baby one. Like, that is so loud. Oh, hurts.
That is loud.
Isn't it really loud?
It's pretty loud.
So since this is the 2.5 Premium Plus, this is the 2.5 turbo engine with 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. So Mazda says that you can use 93 octane fuel for more horsepower and more torque. If you don't and you use regular fuel, you'll get 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. So it's a little different, but it's nice that you can choose either one to go with if you want more power or less power. It does use a 6-speed automatic transmission, and this one is all-wheel drive, which has helped us out today off the beaten path a little bit. So if you live in an area that gets a lot of snow or inclement weather, it might be nice to have the all-wheel drive system. One of the complaints that we read about online about the CX-30 was that it doesn't have the biggest gas tank. You only get, I think, about 225 to 250 miles on a tank. So depending on how long your commute is, or if you're doing a lot of road trips, it might not be the best vehicle for that. But if you don't drive that much or your commute is pretty small during the week, then it should be fine. We decided to take it on a little bit of an off-road exhibition today to see how it did in the wind and in the dirt. So we'll give you some driving impressions and let you know how it handles things. I'm out of here. All right, so we took the CX-30 off the beaten path a little bit, and even though it's handling it well, if you live in an area with like bad roads, or if you live on a dirt road, I'm not positive that this would be the right vehicle for you. I'm sure that it handles well in snow and stuff, but it just feels like it might benefit you more for like a spirited driving experience rather than an off-road driving experience. But it's handling it well. It's just, it's very bumpy, I would say. When it's on the regular roads, it handles really well and it does a good job, but it's very bumpy on these roads, on these here off-road roads. This is the panoramic view monitor, so it has cameras all along the inside and outside. You can kind of feel every bump and boop and sorry cameraman. That's not anything against the CX-30. It does a better job than I thought that it would. It's just not a very cushy ride. My only drive mode seems to be Sport, which definitely doesn't make it any more cushioned. It makes it probably a little rougher. I'm not even gonna try and do that to my poor cameraman over there. We don't have any snow here in Florida, so I can't do a snow test, but I imagine it would excel in that area. It would also be nice if there was like another mode, like a comfort mode or a, you know, like an eco mode or something of that nature that might make it a little more comfy for such situations. If I was delivering pizza right now, my pizza would probably be not doing too well. I don't want you guys to think that I took a subcompact SUV / crossover off-road just to shit on it. That wasn't the point. It's actually a really good SUV. It's a really good option. It's affordable and it performs really well on the road and would make a great daily driver for people. So sorry if I took it off-road. I do like that it shows you the road signs and the speed signs and other things that'll tell you if there's a stop sign coming up there, even though you can't see it. It tells you where the speed limit is and if you're going over it or if you're going above it. The brakes are a little spongier, like a little harder to press than I thought they might be, or compared to like my daily driver. You kind of have to like really press on the brakes, kind of slam it to the ground if you're trying to brake hard or just trying to brake at all, which I didn't feel like was the case with the CX-50 or the CX-90. They kind of like braked pretty instantly, so just beware of that if you go and test drive this bad boy. We're in sport mode. We're jumping out into traffics. It's definitely faster than I thought it would be. I mean, I think it said it has 250 horsepower, so it's pretty quick. I mean, it's pretty small. I'm not sure how much it weighs, but it's definitely got more pickup than like the Kia Soul or the Hyundai Kona, which are in the same subcompact SUV segment. I definitely think that this one's going to give you a more exciting drive and more horsepower, just a little bit faster in general. Definitely quicker than I thought it would be. So depending on what you have to do in your everyday commute, this might be a good one. Might make the daily drive a little more exciting. Well, that's our review on the Mazda CX-30. You know what they say about good things coming in small packages, and I think the CX-30 is a good example of that. It's small but powerful, relatively affordable, and I'm pretty impressed with this guy. All right, if you guys liked what you saw today with the Mazda review, feel free to check out our review on the Toyota Tundra Capstone, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you.